Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of Inclusion Matters podcast. The only person you really need to know is we are interviewing Jay Flyer tonight. I'm the heartbreaker and everybody else is irrelevant. Jay, tell us about yourself.
Well, I'm Mr. Hangtime, Jay Flyer, and I'm a professional wrestler. I've been wrestling for about 17 years now. So I've been around the block, I guess you could say, for sure. I was professionally trained from the Wild Samoans Training Center. My head trainer is Samu Anawahi. I'm blessed. I'm grateful to be trained by them because anywhere else you go. So.
You're back.
Yep, you're back.
All right. Can you hear us okay?
Yeah, I was talking. Did you hear any of it?
Yeah, we got it.
We got it.
Okay.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, this should be a great interview tonight, and I'm so sorry, Jay, that you got to listen to Tweedledee and Tweedledum during this interview. Hopefully they will treat this man with respect because he was trained by wrestling royalty. Remember, boys, wrestling royalty.
Yes, absolutely. I take very much pride in that. A lot of pride in that.
So treat him like he's part of their family because he is wrestling royalty. So we're going to just leave it at that. Go ahead.
Fair enough.
Okay, Nathan, go ahead and ask your question.
So, who were some of your wrestling heroes growing
up? I would say Shawn Michaels and Rey Mysterio. Those are definitely my two.
Very nice.
And I'm sure you probably want to know why. And my reasoning for it would be Shawn Michaels because of his selling and his dramaticness and going over the top and making you really feel what's going on. Rey Mysterio, more so just because of him being the small guy and fighting from underneath, you know. I kind of felt like my whole life I kind of been fighting from underneath. So I kind of feel like from fighting from underneath, it's kind of been my life, and the way he does it in the ring, kind of thing. That's kind of all got put together.
Very nice. All right, man, Aretha, go ahead.
Especially when it's. You said me, right, Nathan?
Come on, Brillo Top, hurry up. We don't have all night.
What was some of the things you learned from your trainer?
Well, get right back up. That's for sure. Never stay down. Ever. Knowing how to breathe is one of the number one things too. Is you could do out there and run yourself out, but if you don't know how to breathe, you're going to blow yourself up within no time at all. So knowing how to breathe, knowing how to do things that make sense, and knowing how to tell a story. Make sure everything that you do makes sense, and there's a reason for why you're doing what you're doing. That'll pretty much wrap it all up.
Very nice. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so before I ask my question, I got kind of a funny haha for you. Can you do the Jacob Fatu splash on the Man of Reason for me, please?
I know. I couldn't remember his name. Or I had a hard time trying to pronounce it.
Royalty, man. Come on, get your questions correct. That's going to cost you a splash.
I'll take one.
I mean, I do a 450 splash, so I
Ooh.
prefer to do that.
I'll take it.
So, what is your pre and post match routines?
Usually my pre-match is I always get myself a little bit warmed up, but I've always kind of, I've been doing it for a while, so like I kind of figure out what works and what doesn't work. And what I've always told myself is you don't want to get yourself too worked up before you go out. To be nervous, always nervous. And if you're not nervous before you go out, then you probably shouldn't be doing this. But the other thing is that you want to have confidence and you want to make sure that you're ready and that your body is ready. So stretching out and stuff. But two little things that I do is just a personal thing for me. I always have to spray myself with a spray bottle. I always have to spray myself down right before I go out. And I always have to kneel down and pretty much just shut my eyes for like 10 seconds. And then I go. That's the last thing I do is I kneel down, I shut my eyes for 10 seconds, and then I break through. So those are the things that I do. And as long as I do those, I know I'm set up for success. So now, if you want to fast forward to post, post is more so for a respect thing. Usually after the match, if I'm in the when my opponent comes back, my first thing is to give them a handshake and just make sure everything is where it's supposed to be. That's just a respect thing from one worker to another. But when it comes to being after a match and I come back, my biggest thing I want to get out of that gear, man. But yeah, that's that. Honestly, I'm sorry if I talk too much. Just tell me. I can honestly talk forever about.
No.
Yeah.
No, you're good. We like the long stories. Trust me. I work with a hothead above you. All he does is ramble on. I swear to God, it's like paint drying when he talks. But I appreciate you because you don't sound like paint drying. You sound very professional, and you give your answers properly and with enthusiasm, unlike our host, the crippled Messiah, which I still don't know why they call him a damn Messiah. I mean, maybe it's that he loves that orange juice loving Orange Cassidy. But anyways, do you have a question for me, Messiah?
Yeah. So, who's some of your toughest opponents that you've ever faced?
Some of my toughest opponents. Well, let me tell you this, okay? Hear me out on this. My toughest opponent is going to be my next opponent, okay? Because my next match is going to be my best match. Because every match moving forward, I'm always thinking ahead. I'm always thinking the next match is going to be the best match. So I don't really know. What's my hardest one? I look at the hardest match as a learning experience. So I don't really think of it as hard. I think of it as learning to make myself. Because I wouldn't be where I am today if it wasn't hard. And I didn't learn from those hard experiences,
That's one of the best answers we've ever had to that question.
Really? I'm honored.
Yeah.
It is. And again, it was professional and not like paint drying, and I really enjoyed it, and it didn't put me to sleep, much like you do.
You're the only man I know that focuses so much on paint drying that you try to put it over.
All right, man with reason who might be a Brillo head, but I don't know. He could have that Chia Pet bra on though tonight too.
What are some of the worst injuries you've sustained in the industry?
Okay. Two of the worst injuries that I have sustained in my 17-year professional wrestling career. I have had two injuries. Two. Obviously, zero would be bad. 17 years is not bad, I will tell you. I had my left knee. I tore my ACL and my meniscus. And I did not get the surgery for it. So I kind of just let it heal. And now the only thing, I just deal with it popping on me all the time. But that it just feels like air buildup, but then or pressure, and then it just pops and it feels better. So I just deal with it on the regular. Anyway, moving forward, I tore my meniscus and my tendons in my right elbow. So when I did that, that messed me up here. So now it has clicking. So now my left knee clicks and my right elbow clicks. It's, but other than that, I'm good, man.
Oh, okay. That's who's in the chat. All right. Well, apparently.
Come on, Johnny Cash. Keep going.
All right, Messiah, you're in timeout for 5 minutes. Top 5 tag teams of all time.
Top 5 tag teams. Well, I would say Brothers of Destruction. Rock and Sock Connection. I would say the Young Bucks. I'll give respect to them. I would say New Age Outlaws. And let's say one more. I'll just go with the Hardys. Because I don't know, Hardly's, the Dudley Boys, Edge and Christian, they're all done they're all there. They've all done it up there, so they all made history. They made a pay-per-view what it is. So yeah, that's my answer.
That's good. And I promise you, there is no pandas having apples thrown at them for money on this podcast. I promise you that.
Well, that's good.
All right, Mr. Brillo Top with the coconut bra, your turn.
Oh, we're skipping Nathan? Okay.
Your turn.
What is your favorite cookie or snack?
What is my favorite cookie or snack?
Yes.
That is awesome. I am really glad that you asked me something like that. I was expecting you to ask me like, "Hey, what's your finisher? What do you do to take someone out? Like, what is this? What do you, No, I want to know what your favorite cookie is. That's what I want to know." That is awesome. Okay. In all reality, it's a peanut butter cookie. Okay, a peanut butter cookie all day. Why? It's peanut butter, dude. It's all protein. But I'm going to have a cookie. It's got to be a peanut butter cookie. Now you make me want peanut butter cookies, dude. What's up? Come on.
All right, don't look there with the stupid look on your face. Ask a question. How about we click so you can hear?
Do you want me to ask the question?
No, he's having technical difficulties. Okay, hold on.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
There we go. You're better now.
that's what happens when you give people too much power. So what top 5 male wrestlers of all time?
Top 5 male wrestlers of all time. I mean, there's a lot of people that come to mind. So if you're saying top 5, I don't know. I would have to say Triple H, The Rock, Chris Jericho, bless his soul, Chris Benoit, Eddie Guerrero. The list goes on. Razor Ramon, Shawn Michaels. No offense, Marty Jannetty, but Shawn Michaels, yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna get myself in trouble, man. Come on.
Yeah, there we go. That worked. So let's see here. All right. Well, since you were asking for it, how'd your finisher come to be? And yeah, how do you beat people up? There you go.
How do I beat people up? Well, I do it in very different, mysterious ways. Because what makes you a good worker is going out there and knowing what you need to do. What does the crowd want to see? What are they into? I can't just go out there. Yes, I'm a high flyer and I do a lot of flips and a lot of other things, but don't get it twisted. I can do a lot of other things. I can work. So that means I'm open to a lot of different things. So my finisher is 450 splash, which is a 1.5 front flip off the top. And that's usually how I end people if I can get them from the top rope. If not, I hit them with the angel wings when I'm standing. So either way, if you're standing, I'm going to hit you with some kind of angel wings, or if you're laying down, I'm going to come crashing down with you on something. So either way, it's hang time, I guess you could say.
All right, Pat, go ahead.
What are your top 5 underrated wrestlers of all time?
Man. Top 5 underrated. Well, I mean, AEW's people up from places that were never able to do anything. So it's like, that's how it used to be, where there was everyone wanted to be able to do it and be into this network, but that you weren't, unless you were big and you did certain things, you weren't actually going to get in there. Now all of a sudden AEW, and there's all of Impact and all these other things. There's so many people that are getting opportunities and chances all over the world now that was never there before. So right now is the prime for everybody to get an opportunity. So who would be the top 5 underrated? Are you talking on the independents, or are you talking on like the big, like the main stage or something?
All. It can go from independent to major.
Okay. Well, I would say like one of my favorites though on the big league or on the main stage there would be LA Knight. I really like LA Knight. I feel like he has a lot of spark that he brings with it. You know, I heard something that Kevin Nash said. He said that LA Knight was a mixture between a bad mixture of Stone Cold and The Rock of the new era. And we was just like, well, maybe that's a good thing. Maybe we need that. Maybe LA Knight's going to bring that to the table. But who am I? I'm just an independent worker. I'm just trying to do big things like big things do. So, whatever.
But go ahead.
Okay. Who's gonna ask? Your turn, Nate.
Yeah. So, in your opinion, best wrestler turned actor.
Say that again.
In your opinion, best wrestler turned actor.
Best wrestler turned actor. Okay. Come on, The Rock, duh. I mean, yeah, The Miz, John Cena, all the other guys. I don't know. Sheamus did really good in Ninja Turtles too. So, but I think The Rock has done a lot more stuff and is more in the movie whole thing, and it's more natural seeing him in the movies. So I would say The Rock, but I do like Sheamus and Ninja Turtles. I would give that one.
Hey,
I
there
would
we
have to agree with that. He did do a good job in Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so far they've been all cheesy answers. So let's get to something real here. You say you have a high flying background, so give us some of your favorite luchadors.
Some of your favorite luchadors. I definitely Ultimo Dragon. I definitely liked him. Obviously Rey Mysterio. Psychosis was another one. Juventud Guerrero. It was another one. Man, there's just so many. Like, but those are the ones that actually stuck with me. Those are the ones that were drawn with me. There's so many more, but those are the main ones.
And that's a great list, honestly. I mean, that's probably one of our better lists that we've hit of that question. So,
Yes.
all right, Brillo Ped, coconut bra with a twist of lime. You're up.
Your top 5 female wrestlers of all time.
Top 5 female wrestlers of all time. All right. Well, number 1's going to be Natalya. 2 is going to have to be Paige or Saraya, whatever way you want to call her. Lita. Let's see. Trish Stratus for sure. And then to give it the other one, China.
Say what you want to say, Bryson.
I would have said China. But, with new school of everything, Asuka's, I guess I would say my girl now, Asuka. I really like Asuka a lot.
Another good list.
I'm doing the same.
All right, paint drying. Your turn.
Does he have to talk to Josh?
So, in your opinion, do you feel like high flying is making a resurgence in wrestling? Because there for a while, like about 5 or 10 years ago, you didn't see it very much, but it seems like you do now.
Wrestling is at its biggest prime right now. There is so many companies right now, with WWE and Impact and New Japan and Ring of Honor and NWA. It's absolutely insane. And that doesn't even have anything to do with the 50,000 other independent promotions that are all over the place. So it's just wrestling is at a huge prime right now.
Well, I agree with that. But he is wrong. It's 50,001 promotions now because Inclusion Pro Wrestling is now officially a thing.
Yep.
Well, we just had to throw that out there.
Oh, is that a company, a wrestling company?
Inclusion Pro Wrestling, yeah, that's our wrestling company in Washington State.
Oh,
which we'll get into here in a minute because we've got some huge breaking news on that tonight too. So But so the next question is, what are your thoughts on death matches?
I like to watch them. I don't like to be a part of them. Reasoning is I got to be able to live another 50 to, I don't know, 60 years. I'm 34 right now. I got to live till I'm 100. I have a 6-year-old daughter, and my gear is expensive as hell. So I am not about to wear my nice, expensive gear in to get ripped up. And then everybody just goes in and do that. They wear jeans to just do that. And then that doesn't really show who you are. So I guess it all depends on the storyline and all that kind of stuff. If I had to do it, yes, I would. But I would not do it in my gear, of course. If that answers your question.
No, it does. All right, Pat, go ahead.
All right, Mophead.
What is your best advice for an up-and-coming manager?
For an upcoming manager?
Yeah, that's just starting out.
That just starting out. Don't move around too much around the outside of the ring. You don't want to take away from the action that's going on the inside. And when you are doing some kind of distraction or something on the outside, to make sure that there's distraction on the inside. So that it's all a role playing. It's all back and forth. But you never want to take away from what is happening in the ring.
Top 5 indie wrestlers today.
Well, number one, I would say, is Anthony Gangone. Not only because he's my tag team partner in Suffolk Wrestling Alliance in Long Island, but I know he works very hard, and he works in a lot of promotions and does a lot of cool things. So definitely a lot of heads up for him. The other guy is, technically he did make it to Impact, so, but I knew him before all that. Ace Austin. I remember him when he first came out of, he just graduated the Wild Samoans. Pretty much, he had his first, I'm pretty sure it was his first match he had against me. And oh man, just seeing him with his gear and his hair was just out of control. And then to see him, go forward and work hard and then make it to Impact it's just incredible. There's a lot of other ones, but I guess just to get to the point of it is there's a lot of people that have made it that I know and that are still working and that are gonna make it and like all that kind of stuff. But what I've learned as a professional and being in this business for 17 years is that no matter what happens, if one of your boys or somebody that gets the call to go or gets an opportunity, do not beat on them or hard talk anybody. Good job, absolutely, that's awesome. Praise them for going, It's respect. We're all working hard to get somewhere. So if someone does make it, it's not time to turn the cold foot.
Absolutely.
So that's huge.
All right, Tony.
All right, I'm going to steal the Messiah's question because I can. Because he thinks it's his damn show, but it's really mine. So my question is, we want you to put your Booker hat on and book us your 6 best WrestleMania matches.
Man, you guys got me thinking all this stuff, huh? I'm worried about growing as an independent wrestler, and I'm over here booking WrestleMania. What the hell's going on? Well, best matches. I know this won't happen again, but this match would have to open. Eddie Guerrero versus Rey Mysterio. That would have to open. I would have to do that one, and then I would have to do, let's see, the Hardys would have to go back, and they would have to have a tag team match against Edge and Christian again. And then it would be LA Knight in a rematch versus Wyatt there. Not the midnight whatever thing, just an actual match.
Yeah.
And then I would like to see Asuka and what was her name? Rodriguez. What's her name there? Rodriguez?
Raquel Rodriguez.
Raquel Rodriguez. Yes. Her. I would like to see them too because I feel like she's very good. I feel like she's very underrated right now too. Not overrated, underrated. She deserves to get more. And then, of course, I think I would have to finish it off with the main event of we'd have to have Undertaker come back and do it. I feel like there's nothing else because, yeah, I feel like Undertaker would have to come back and he would have to do a match again. Against two, I don't really know, but it's kind of the same concept as the AJ Styles thing, but instead in front of fans.
So, who's the biggest name you've ever faced?
So funny. It's gonna blow your mind. No one.
I love that answer.
I've never faced a name. Well,
Wow.
I faced John Schuyler. He just got signed to Impact. I faced Ace Austin. That was before he went to Impact. I mean, my head trainer is Samu, and I've been in there with their guys. I wrestled Alpha Junior. I've been on a show. I mean, if you see my website, I have a website too, jflyer450.com, JAYFLYIER 450.com. You can go there and you can see everything. And actually, I can actually make it pretty easy. Boom, jflyer450.com. So you go right on to that. You can actually check out all my stuff, everything you need to see. Follow me on all my stuff. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, please. I'm almost at 200 subscribers. I'm literally trying to get at least 200 right now and keep growing. It's Mr. Hangtime J Flyer on YouTube. So, and all my other stuff. You go to my website, you'll find everything. But yeah, so that's that.
Got ya.
Is it Brillo Pad's turn?
No, I think it's yours.
Oh, okay.
All right, so I know we are at 35 minutes. How long are you guys trying to do on this?
How long do you need? We
Yeah.
normally do an hour, but if you need to go, we can cut it.
Okay. Well, yes, I will have to cut it here. I probably got like 5 minutes.
We didn't catch that last part.
I'll have like 5 minutes.
Okay.
Okay.
So one more question. So I don't care who asks it. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Pat.
Has any other of the other members of the Inori family ever came in to teach you anything?
Yes. Alpha Junior has taught me a lot. they also have a lot of guys that are in the whole Samoan school that are all trained and stuff. So it's nice to be able to work with people that are trained in that facility of that kind of wrestling. So that makes it really nice. When I first had my first match when I graduated from the Wild Samoan School, my first match was junior, and he just destroyed me, and it was awesome.
Very nice.
Very cool. All right, there, Messiah, hit us with our sponsors.
We'd like to thank our sponsors, Los Jalapeno Taqueria in Longview, Washington, El Ranchero Mexican Restaurant in Longview, Washington, Precision Power Washing, and you can find him on Facebook, American Family Insurance, and the agent there is Kevin Watson, the CARE program, which stands for Community Action Reaching Everybody. And you can find the lady that's in charge of that on Facebook. Her name's Becky Bernhardt. And Bruce Nichols Painting for all your painting, pressure washing, and letter removal needs. And you can find him on Angie.
All right. Well, we would like to thank Jay for joining us this evening. Go ahead.
I would like to thank you guys for having me on your podcast of Inclusion Matters podcast. Mr. Hang Time, Jay Flyer, absolutely pleasure to be with you guys. Energy's real, brother. Energy's real.
Yes. It's more of a pleasure for me to have somebody with as much charisma as you listening to these two knuckleheads beside me all the damn time. So it's nice when we get a great guest like you, especially with wrestling royalty as a trainer. So for the Heartbreaker, for the Brillo pad with the coconut bra, for the man who actually didn't talk like paint drying today, but still I don't know about because he likes Orange Cassidy, who I think is a major overrated talent in professional wrestling. I mean, come
Still
on,
a champion.
Just lose that damn title already. Again, I'm the Heartbreaker. That's Jay, and that's all you really need to know. We'll see you guys next time.
Thank you very much.